तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू बढ़ता चल तू बढ़ता चल तू बढ़ता चल
How does being engaged in a profession helps candidates in getting recommended for graduate entries?
Okay. I always advise everybody that as soon as a person qualifies in engineering, we have most of engineers only. There are very few BSc or BA people who come to us as students. Employment has got the following benefits. Firstly, you see, once you sit at home and you prepare for government examinations, as a lot of people try to do, you are not getting the benefits of working in the field, which gives you the following advantages. One is that by working in the field, you learn the nuances of working, dealing with people. You get out of the academic environment and you get in touch with the real world as to how it functions. This is a very important facet of learning. So it develops the practical intelligence, the practical sense of dealing with the world. That is one aspect. The second aspect is that when you start earning, you gain financial independence. That also aids your confidence. And once again, these are the benefits you gain by working, which have a positive impact on your personality. And these impacts will become visible when you go for SSB. A person who is sitting at home and just mugging up information, he would be lacking in these two dimensions, the independent outlook as also the practical knowledge which field teaches you. I will give one example. As a junior captain, I was lucky to get involved with training of IAS and IFS probationers. And some of them were elder to me in age, and definitely they had more experience in life. But I found that since they had been so much focused on the academic aspects, their practical sense and the ability to comprehend day-to-day, situations, their maturity level was lower. Like for example, you have this situation reaction test in the psychology. I felt that most of their performances would have been lower than mine in answering these SRTs. Fine, you got the idea? So these are the benefits. Fine, yeah. So you should work. It always aids your personal development.
So you talked about graduate candidates, and then so what about who are candidates who are 12th pass out?
12th pass, there is time. You should start studying ahead. Rarely a person, if a person is very competent and he is a real go-getter and he is interested in IT and some other things, he could be working after 12th also. Or he could be taking classes even earlier. I have had such students and there are people like this existing. Yeah. So all these things are good. They enhance your capability. Some people after 12th are writing, some people are doing software work. There are a lot of things people do.
What should be the approach for command task? Is it okay to ask subordinates for help and solutions?
Okay, I will take it in a more deliberate manner. First thing, in command task comes the choice of subordinates. Now, generally the trend is that you pick your friends as subordinates. That is not a good idea. And sometimes people do this planning that I will call these guys, next will call these guys, and like this we'll have some kind of a balance. I do not advise any one of our students to indulge in any such activity. You should always call a subordinate based on his competence and his suitability for the task. If you require a light person to walk across the plank, then you might as well call a light person and not because he's your friend. And second issue is the competence to be able to assist. Fine, so these two criteria should be the main criterion selecting your subordinate. So I will go step by step. The next question which people think about is where should they be standing? Whether they should do the task themselves or they should ask the subordinates to do. Now, all these things will depend upon the situation and the nature of the task. The most suitable person to do the job should do it. We have this kind of numberdar culture exists in Indian society, that the commander passes orders and doesn't work with his own hands. This culture is quite peculiar to Indian society, and maybe it may have been with the British society also, because we were under British Raj for 200 years and the Englishman would rather not dirty his own hands. Fine. So this is not a sensible culture. The right culture would be something like, if Mahendra Singh Dhoni as captain, if he can do a thing well, then he might as well do it himself. Fine. That should be the thing. Now coming on to where you stand and all, it depends on the task and the suitability of who can do it. That is how it should be done. If you have a subordinate who can do it better, he should do it. If you can do it better, then you should do it. Coming on to consulting the subordinate, it is teamwork. You should have no hesitation in consulting your subordinate. What may happen is that at times the GTO will say that, will you do like this in war, commander? He will try to inhibit you from consulting your subordinate, because basically he is trying to test your mental faculties as such as also under pressure and all that. So your answer should be, yes sir, I will do like this in war also. Because after all, in war it is not important whose idea got the job done, but the important thing is that the job got done. Fine, so that should be your outlook. Has it been clarified now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. How can we keep ourselves motivated with the same enthusiasm after many unsuccessful attempts? What can be done to make a fresh start?
Yes, for me to say it's quite easy, but to practice it, it does become difficult, because we do tend to attach, importance to results. After all, most of us are working to attain some results. Otherwise, the Gita saying is very clear that karm karo apna. And as per our also, you see Stephen Covey's teachings, it works that you have only control over your actions, and that is something assured. And the beauty is actually that once you focus on what is in your control, that is your thoughts and actions, then you find that in the long run, results will also keep falling in place. It is once you get too proximate to the result and you bank too much on it, then you start facing problems of having your morale lowered and feeling bad and all that, and getting demotivated. If you feel that, I can only do my bit and hope for the best, which is actually the truth, then things in the long run should work out. And I am now almost 60. I have been trying to live by this philosophy for quite a long time. And I can say in the long run it seems to have worked okay. Fine.
Yes, sir.
I remember long back, I was working in Nagaland, and one colonel told me, he said, your relations with the brigadier are very bad as an operations staff officer. Why do you work so sincerely? He will not give you a good report and all. So I said, sir, that's the only thing which is in my hand. What report and all he writes, that is his part of his job. I can only do my work to the best of my abilities. Let me do my bit and hope for the best. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
How to enhance your presence of mind?
See, once again, we focus on our thoughts and actions. And in your thoughts and actions is your academic ability. Whatever things you are doing, you do those things with interest and concentration, and you enhance your capabilities. Fine. This was what was in your control till the time you landed up in front of the interviewing officer or in GTO task or things like that. Now visualize how Dhoni behaves when he is facing the last ball of the match. Now, what he has done, Dhoni has done his paid work. He has prepared himself well. He has prepared himself physically, mentally. He has done his practice. And now he trusts his own abilities. He is calm. He is waiting for the bowler. He is not, predetermined that I will go on the front foot, I will do this thing. He will wait for the bowler. Let him do, and he trusts his instincts to be able to tackle the ball and to put it for a boundary, which he has done on numerous occasions. So this is all what you can do to be able, this presence of mind is that you build up your abilities and at that instant trust your abilities and remain calm and respond. That is what a goalkeeper would do in a football match, in case of a penalty, hockey goalkeeper, a batsman, or a bowler, or when in tennis we are returning serve or serving. We have to, like in return of serve, we don't know where the opponent may serve. We have to be cool, calm, and just trust our instincts. Fine. The spade work has been done earlier. Got the point? Yeah. Any more questions on this?
So by this you mean to say that you should maybe listen carefully and be a good observant?
At that time, remain calm. Just trust your abilities. The spade work you could do was earlier, not at that time. Now you can't do anything. Just trust your instincts, remain calm, listen to the question and answer.